even when they're inside the ship, even when they're in a house, even when they were using the same fucking brush, like every single time.
That weird like splotch.
Yeah, it's like a
I know,
it looks
I know
like
what
a
you're
sponge
talking about.
almost.
You showed me that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, all of a sudden, that's all I could see. But I didn't mind. I mean, clearly it still works, as far as the show is concerned. But yeah.
This question comes from German McSperman.
German McSperman.
How big is your dink? How
German, stop asking this.
How stink is your
Every
dink?
episode you ask this, we're never gonna answer it. Stop, leave us alone.
The elephant
that
in the
guy.
room, though.
Stop coming to our house.
You just answer it and he'll stop.
I stink.
He'll go away.
What's the question?
Yeah, how much stinks on your ding?
How much stink is your dink?
Well, how
In my country, I have much
Yes,
stink on my
How many
dick.
stings can a dink dink shank of a dink shank of shink dink?
How
All
much
right,
stink?
here, let's skip that question again.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
never
sick of
answer
him.
that. Sorry. All right, so here's an actual question from Helgi Mar
Ta-ta today? Yeah, that's a little reference for you.
Helgi Mar Bjornensen.
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm not kidding. He says, "Hey guys, how many jobs have you guys had through the years, and where they?"
How have we never been asked that before?
How
I don't know. I mean, there was
What is word?
there was the one with the Power Rangers. What was
Oh.
Mighty Morphin
it? The
shitty
shitty jobs. Yeah. I don't think we need to talk about all of our jobs, but I mean,
like real life jobs or
real life
freelance
jobs.
jobs?
No.
I've got a
Outside of
good one.
animation, before you
All right.
you were doing your voice acting, Tomar. Before you were doing your animation, Jaxie. Before Zach became a child prostitute, and before Chris.
I was that
Chris was
since birth.
sexy.
I want to hear what voice acting jobs Tomar has done.
Really? No.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about when I was 14. The first job I ever did, that wasn't just for like a family friend or whatever. It was for my friend's dad, but he invented this thing. I guess, is it cool if we mention brands? He created. I don't want to get anyone in trouble for
Describe it.
child.
No.
Describe
I don't want to get anyone in trouble for child labor laws.
Just describe
So,
it.
but
Holy
he
fuck.
more or less he had like a sex toy factory. This is the best. This is the most generic I can make it.
Not really.
He invented a product that was made exclusively for people to have sex on top of.
Okay.
I mean,
There are
Siberian?
there are these shapes, and they change the angle of penetration and whatever.
No, it's a
And
pillow.
It's a thing he invented.
He invented the pillow, and then Tomar fucked it.
but it's like an interesting.
So one of my first actual jobs, which I only did this like 1 or 2 days,
Were you a tester?
but I worked full days.
No.
I was working. I was actually
tested
in the
on.
factory on the assembly line putting these things together.
Yeah.
Which, in itself is pretty innocent, so it doesn't really matter. I was 14.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what these were for. But yeah, they were just these big foam shapes, and we had to put the sleeve around them, the machine washable sleeve,
Oh, gross.
and then put it in a little carry tote bag, and put it in the
You
box
saw it.
for shipping.
Sweet dude.
It's fine.
That was my. I think that's the most interesting early job I had.
But you knew what it was for even then?
Oh, totally. I mean, I was 14.
Yeah.
I was a horny 12-year-old. I
Yeah.
definitely knew what it was by the time I was 14.
Yeah. Does it have grooves for the butt?
No.
No, it was
It's
an
just like-
angle. It was just there were little pillows where you could just raise someone's butt up a little more,
Okay.
or big ones where you could
was
lay back on
It
it.
was like Tetris pieces, but you
know?
fuck on them.
This
Yeah.
actually sounds like one of those workout things, like that pull-up bar.
This
that
was
also
actually
doubles
it's a
as
successful
push-up
product.
bar.
His business is still going.
Yeah.
That's why
And
it's
children still work there. They're trapped there today. Please call 911 immediately. Please call for help.
But yeah.
Nice. What about you, Jax?
My most interesting job? I
Sure.
don't know. My first job, I worked with my parents, and I'd go into people's houses and tear up carpets. And I remember one place, it smelled like asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's because
when
we
we,
turn carpets up.
yeah, well, when we tore the carpet up, we saw all the stains from all the cat piss.
Oh, yeah.
And this was like a real cat lady's
Yeah.
house.
Like
yeah.
a real cat,
A real cat, like 100 cats in
Holy
this
shit.
place. And we tore up the carpet, and I just remember when we tore that carpet up,
Yeah.
the stink will never leave my nose.
Just burn your
Ever.
eyes.
It burned my
Oh, yeah.
eyes, my nose.
The chemicals, or the,
Ooh.
yeah. It's almost
was
like,
bad.
what's it called? Like the water that rests under, where you get your well water. Like it goes through the dirt, and then it rests on that rock,
Right.
like that layer, and it just kind of seeps into the
Septic tank.
No, Zach.
No.
There's a name for it. Anyways, it's kind of like that where it seeps to the
Anything
rug,
could be a septic
and then it
tank
just
if you're smart
stays
enough.
down
Just
there.
stays there
Yeah.
and just kind of like
Marinates.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
it kind of it
marinate.
should remind you that if you move into someone's house and they have pets and that those pets have been pissing on the floor and you're like sitting on that carpet or rolling around on that carpet, you're just rolling around in fucking animal piss.
yeah.
Just a
And no
reminder.
matter, I mean, you can clean it when it happens, but if
you
you don't
leave it.
clean it
Yeah.
and you leave it,
Yeah.
as
That lady was probably so used to the smell of catfish she didn't even realize.
she was so old, yeah. I'm sure her nose was just broken after all these years.
the cat's
just like-
fucking batting your face around.
Because I remember this house, because I drive by it all the time, because it was like on the way to whatever, my school or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember like, oh, I'm going into this place and it smells this bad.
Yeah.
Did the lady
weirdest
die? Is
thing.
that why you guys were cleaning the place up? Did she pass away?
No, she was just wanted new carpet, and thank
Her
God she
parents had
had
a flooring business.
she
Oh,
had cement under the carpet, but even worse for the carpet
Right.
because
It just sits there.
Oh yeah,
All
it
that
sits. It
shit.
can't sink
Yeah.
into the ground.
Yeah, it was the worst. That was the weirdest job I had.
What about you, Zach?
I've talked about my job at fucking Arby's.
That was the weirdest job you had?
Not the weirdest, but it was horrible. I hated it.
What was the weirdest one you had?
I mean, I got the animation pretty much right out of high school.
Okay.
That was I worked that job most through high school, but that was the job. If it was work fast food, that's the job where you literally think
Yeah.
about suicide for real. That's not
Really?
even. Yeah, you're just like, oh.
That's what
my
I felt when
bad?
I worked in warehouses after that. Like I worked in the Target warehouse for a summer,
Yeah.
and it's just there were 19 of us, but we were processing like 2,500 boxes a night,
Yeah.
The worst
and it
thing-
was
yeah.
it was soul crushing.
Yeah.
The worst thing about a job like that is they have you, since if it's not busy, they have you do other jobs, which would be fine. But so I would go from like handling people's French fries to like cleaning out a fucking toilet or like a gutter. Like not even a gutter, but those little, those drains like in the middle of
Yeah.
the restaurant. Those things. Oh my god, it's like the one thing I was like, please never put me on that. I like you gotta go fucking do it. You're not getting paid.
Oh, you mean where all the like grease and
All the
shit
grease
goes?
and mold and fucking filth, and I was like, okay, back to fries. And I was like,
How much
I
would they have
work-
to
grab someone's fucking turns to the toilet, polish them for him.
Yeah.
Disgusting job.
put
Or
a
at a
Polish
Burger
the
King, it was
turds.
probably like that.
Look, one time this guy didn't polish the guy's turd enough. The guy came back with a gun and killed that guy.
Yeah.
So we had a policy of specifically having good polished turds or the customers would leave. The boss had a very strict turd policy. It was ridiculous with his turd policy. He would actually carry around in his coat pocket when he worked
That's
there.
honestly like a Twilight Zone episode.
Seriously, when a new employee would be there, he'd walk over with a suit with a cigar, and the boss would pull out a turd out of his pocket. He's like, "This was the first turd I ever polished. This is the standard of this restaurant." And he put it back into his
That's
jacket
such a
pocket.
horrible nightmare world you just created.
That's real. That's real.
Fucking rich businessmen walk into an Arby's and they find polished turds and suck them up their ass and leave and pay.
I was totally. You had that last part. I was totally PC about it.
What else are they gonna do with the polished turds?
Kiss them. Good luck. Break them in half.
They could go to Ireland
Like a
for the
wishbone.
Blarney Stone.
put them back up their butt
Yeah, all
for
right.
storage?
Sorry. What, Chris? You go.
The only job I've ever had. Well, okay, so when I was small, I worked for my dad in his warehouse up until I
Why'd you
got.
use that
When you're
word?
small, it's like
Yeah,
you're
why'd
like
you
3
use that
years
word?
old.
You weirdo, you
Like,
small.
How small were
Because he
you?
used to get me helping him whenever he could. I just remember. He wasn't bad or anything. He's just like, Chris, come help me. I'm like, all right.
He said he put you in
He
chains.
used you as like a doorstop.
No.
Kid? Oh.
He's like, carry this box up the stair. I'm like, okay. I've got a really weird memory where when I was a baby, my dad picked me up by the head and put me on the couch.
Like one-handed.
That's a lie.
One-handed palming.
His dad picked him up by the head. His Chris's fucking mushy head started caving in. His dad freaked out and threw him on the
My
ground.
body fell off my head, stayed in place, and
Yeah.
he sewed it back on.
What's your
This was before
dad
Mom got
like?
home.
Because I remember hearing your mom on Skype and she sounds just like.
Dad
What's your
looks
dad
just
like?
like him.
No, he
Really?
doesn't.
They were
He walks
very
around-
pleasant. They visited. They were very nice.
My dad looks like a vampire.
His dad looks like him with a Guitar Hero shirt and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this is from GameStop.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I say, Chris, you know, personally, though, I don't know any like brand shirts. You have a Guitar Hero. You have like what were you wearing yesterday?
I forget. I've got a million shirts I bought when I was 16 in Hot Topic when I visited America, and I still wear
I
them.
don't think I have one shirt that has like a thing on it, like one of those.
That's
You
'cause
know-
you're-
I have a Breaking Bad Los Pollos Hermanos shirt.
I don't know if it
That's the only one I
exists,
have.
but if it does, I will pay someone who's listening right now to send Zach a pair of Sonic the Hedgehog
Jimmy Neutron.
tidies where the little logo of Sonic, you know, he's in that ring
Yeah.
at the beginning of the game. It's like right over his wiener.
Or asshole. Or asshole.
Or asshole. Yeah.
Probably make that.
If
And then you can stick your wiener out, kind of like he does when he comes out of the
What's
thing.
the bounty on that?
Probably like
$10.
$1,000.
$10.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
No way.
If it was over your asshole, you could cut a little slit and you could poop and it would come out of his little thing, like a
No
little
way.
hole.
I never get served alcohol
I
when I
never
wear
played
these
that game.
shirts.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
It's because you wear shirts a 14-year-old wear.
Yeah, I know. But I like it though.
Whatever makes you comfortable, Chris.
I like wearing fucking
Probably see your bedroom.
shitty fucking Guitar Hero shirts and Halo 3
Maybe
shirts.
20
You have a Halo 3 shirt?
Yeah, I was wearing that the
Oh
other
my
day.
God.
I've got a fucking PlayStation. These are all from GameStop and Hot Topic.
Chris,
when I
you're the
was
corner
You
city.
like my
New
initials
clothes,
spell
dude.
MC? Something like that? Some fucking gay?
younger.
Chris is a Stewie Griffin show where he has like bling on.
Yeah. I do have Family Guy underpants.
No, you don't.
I do. And I've got SpongeBob underpants.
Oh, cool.
SpongeBob
That I believe.
pajamas. I've got lots of different
Now, do your
underpants.
SpongeBob underpants look like his pants? Like, is it just brown with some pockets on the sides?
They're brown, alright, but
Chris, oh yeah.
no, they're just
It's more like a yellowy swamp.
Yeah, there's yellow on there too. Yeah.
okay. So they were white, they're brown and yellow, and I just call it my SpongeBob underpants.
They were white. Yeah.
Gross.
And
They're also damp, like they've been in the
But
ocean.
that does lend it. It never occurred to me until now that SpongeBob is just all like potty colored.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
things that you'll see in a
Swamp ass.
teddy
He's
Yeah.
swamp ass.
And then his
TV
eyes
character.
with his nose looks like a dick and balls. Fucking.
you were a
You're a
pervert.
pervert.
What are you
Listen to this man.
talking about?
Hate
That's what
this
it fucking looks like. Don't ignore the truth.
Yeah, and-
Face it.
And Patrick
Open
looks
your
like
eyes.
a big butthole.
Yeah. Patrick's a big starfish.
He's a star.
He's the
Yeah.
pig
He's
He's 5
starfish.
dicks glued
Yeah.
together. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, see?
Whoa.
Oh my
5
god.
big dicks glued together.
That's
in the
right.
center.
Dick and
Like a
starfish.
mad scientist
What
got
you
together.
doing?
So there's a pink starfish and poopy colors.
Mm-hmm.
There's some.
So
there's
what's
some
Squidward?
obvious-
Squidward's a big butt plug. Yeah, I said it. A big blue butt plug.
And Mr. Krabs, come on, guys. You couldn't get more obvious.
Wait, no, Squidward. Have you ever seen that video where the Japanese girl pushes a squid out of her pussy?
Oh.
No.
That's what
That's
Squidward
been a
is.
fact.
He's the
I thought that
tentacle
was
It's
an
Men in
eel.
Black, Chris.
Oh, you're right.
It's not real.
That
No,
was an eel, though.
no, there's an octopus girl too.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen the octopus.
Ew. Can you imagine that? Like, you pull down their pants and there's just like a fucking squid tentacles
Blue
coming
squid.
out?
No, I
What,
can't.
what would a blue squid be a sexual innuendo for?
I told you a butt plug.
A blue. It sounds like a sexual.
Dude, he has a
innuendo.
big fucking head too. He can be good at this.
blue squid.
That's a busted ass blue pussy.
It just it just sounds like a rotten old pussy.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't know if I said this already.
What was the question again? What prompted
It was the jobs. It was the jobs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I said it already, but did I mention that I worked at a strip joint?
Really?
No.
Oh, I guess I haven't. All right. I worked
you were
at
the stripper?
no. I worked
Oh,
as
damn.
I was a
Bouncer?
doorman.
Oh, I knew it.
Which is slash the initial bouncing. It's like phase. It's like the pre-bouncer.
Yeah.
Because they actually have the real bouncers inside. Those guys got like tasers and shit. In case people go like wild on the girls, they need to be like pull them off and shit. But it was in Washington, so it was a dry bar, so there was no alcohol. They had soda and stuff. But
Wow.
my job ended up
dry
being,
bar.
That is
my-
some sad shit.
yeah, my job ended up being a whole bunch of weird shit. Where like I'd also have to be the lot guy. I'd have to go and make sure people weren't like fucking or doing drugs in the parking lot. And then also sometimes I'd work the bar, which basically meant I made the sodas, cleaned the glasses, and gave the girls candy when they got off the stage.
That's creepy. How old are these girls, dude?
Okay, so I ended up dating one of them, which is a really big no-no.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah. So one of the
Yeah.
girls I ended up dating, I don't need to name her. She had two
Yes,
names,
Stephanie.
obviously. No. But so one of the big no-nos is that you don't ever date the girls. Like that is something. And even after you quit the job,
What's the
you
reason
can't
for
even
that?
go into the. It was a Deja Vu establishment, but you're not even allowed to be in one of those months after you've quit.
Why?
Deja Vu.
Yeah,
I
well,
think that
Showgirls
was
Deja
the
Vu.
first strip club I ever went
Yeah,
to.
they're a chain. They're everywhere.
Why aren't you allowed to go back in if you quit?
Because I guess it's like they think you went to go meet girls or something. So then like you're not supposed to be able to.
Well, I thought they were afraid you were like a psycho who's gonna come back and shoot
I don't know.
place.
I mean, that might be part of it too. I mean, the truth is after we started dating, I quit because the bounces there are fucking crazy. There were these two guys who they said every night after their shift, it was like 3:30 in the morning or something. They'd get in their car, go into downtown Seattle. This was in Kenmore, but they'd go to downtown Seattle and they'd find bums sleeping on the road and tase them in the balls until they pissed themselves.
Whoa.
That was what they did for fucking fun.
That's
and so when we were
fucking
outside and they're telling me
wow.
what they do for fun, I was like, fuck, I fucked up. I need to go. I need to quit immediately and not be here because these are the guys who, if they found out, it's not like the mafia or something like that, but clearly the rules are a little bit, they're still a little bit kind of shady. It's a strip joint.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Yeah, but it was a really weird, I don't know, it was weird. Like, you'd do the lot and you'd see, like, the baby, like, world's best dad sticker on the back of the minivan, and you're like, oh, okay. And then,
Oh, it's like I always assumed strip clubs were just full of like disgruntled like 50-year-old men who want to get divorced.
it's a mix of, like, young guys. There's a mix of, like, young guys for, like, bachelor parties, and then there are some older guys, too. There was one guy who'd come in who wanted to be... He liked being embarrassed, so they'd, like, make him lick ashtrays and, like, do all this kind of
Oh,
stuff.
he's that kind of guy who's
And
like,
all the girls wanted him to fucking be around, too, because he tipped really, really fucking well.
Is he one of those guys who makes the videos where it's like girls like nice small dick loser?
Yeah, yeah,
What are you gonna
absolutely.
piss your diaper, baby?
It was absolutely that. It was absolutely that. And
Look
then...
at that.
Yeah, and then for yeah, I don't know. Just
I'm
in
not.
general, it was really weird. It was fun for about a half hour, and then it was like the most depressing thing I ever saw, because it was like all these girls. You were asking how old they were, and there was a really wide range. There were girls who were like in their late teens, all the way up until probably 45 or something like that. And one of the girls who was really, really nice, she actually went because she was trying to pay for college. But then what ended up happening is that she got so much money that she got an apartment. But then she also got a car. And then she also got a dog. And then she also got... So then her lifestyle all of a sudden required a certain amount of money that she wasn't then also saving for college. And then it got to a point where she couldn't stop because she would lose her apartment, her dog, or her... Not her dog, but like her apartment or her car.
Well, eventually, when she gets through college and gets a job, she can stop.
But she didn't... She was saving up for college, but then she ended up using it to
Right.
create that lifestyle.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Yeah.
good for her for working so hard.
Yeah.
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 They make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
They
I
make
know.
a lot of
Yeah.
money. Even this Deja Vu wasn't even that fancy, and it wasn't in like downtown Las Vegas.
The one that I went to was like a solid C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those girls are still making a killing.
I know.
The ones in like Vegas, I guarantee are making so much money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in like those nice places.
Do you think you'd be a good stripper, Mick?
Mick would be an excellent stripper.
I don't know.
Come
I
on
don't
now.
know. I don't know. Maybe.
You'd be a tease.
When I was in Mexico City, we ended up going to a strip joint. It was a ladies' club, so it was all these men who were
Why
dancing.
did you go there?
To meet the ladies.
It's a long story how it ended up happening, but anyways, I ended up going to this place with a group of people, and it was actually really entertaining. Like, there was a guy, like, I remember a screen came down. This is in Mexico City, by the way. A screen comes down, and they played a scene from Backdraft, and then all of a sudden, the screen started going up, and you could see, it was in the darkness, but there was, like, the firelight, the spinning red light, and you could hear, like, the siren, and then as the lights came up, you saw the light was on top of a ladder, and a guy came out in, like, a fireman's outfit, and then, like, he started stripping to that, and it was
Great.
actually really, it was kind of funny, but it was also kind of classy, and it was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just, like, some girl rubbing her
Nick.
fucking titties in your face.
Mick, be honest.
Did it turn me on?
When you no, listen. When you saw these guys stripping a little bit, right? You
Yes.
saw these guys take it down.
Yeah.
Did your penis at least move at all? Did it move a little bit? And you're like, oh no, I need to get out of here.
Did it wince?
Did it did it twitch?
Yeah, did it blink before? Yeah.
I think it made it may have twitched. It may have.
Thank you for being honest. Everyone,
But,
everyone give Nick a round of applause for being
No,
honest.
no, no. But the best part, I think the coolest thing is that they brought up these girls that were up there, and they'd bring up all sorts of girls. Like, it wasn't like they were singling out like some pretty girls or something. Like, they'd bring up all sorts of girls, and these guys gave them such a show.
Whoa.
And you could just tell, like, they were all so happy, and there was no even hinting at taking off like his banana
Penis?
sack. You know what I mean? Like that.
cock?
So it was,
Taking off
yeah,
his
but it was
cock.
still really
Did he,
classy in that way.
Shove her hand down there? or
No,
anything? No,
no.
really.
I would have done
No.
that. I would have grabbed.
Usually
I
they
would
do
have.
that.
No, but he
I
got his
would've
butt in her
grabbed that-
face, and she got to squeeze his butt a little bit.
I would have
It
got
was
that
kinda funny.
firefighter's pants and grabbed his hose and watered myself down because I was feeling hot. That's what I would have said.
Do you guys ever see those porns where it's like there's like a million girls in one room and they all look really like none of them have ever met each other before, and then a male stripper will come out and they'll all start sucking them
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I have seen that.
And it's like, whoa, dude! But
Is that like a thing in Brazil or something? Or
no,
Latin
it's not a
America?
thing at all. It's all fake.
Oh.
Because it's always like all the girls are like, yeah, this is a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And they're all looking at each other really nervously, and none of them have ever met before, and then they all just start like sucking the guy's dick, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. I want to be that porn actor, but this isn't real.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fake cab thing, right? The
Yeah,
Oh,
bad
yeah,
guys.
fake taxi.
Bang bus or
No, the
whatever.
taxi one.
Fake
The taxi one
taxi.
too.
The
Yeah.
British dude.
Yeah, the British one. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's
What's
funny,
the
he's like-
British dude?
Who's
This is
that?
this is a British guy called Fake Taxi, and he's always
Yeah.
like, "Ugh, I want to suck your titties."
Yeah, he'll be driving them, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you shut up, you're scandalous."
He's
you're
like, how about you don't have to pay a fee if you suck my cock? And then he's like, there's a killer right there. And she's like, oh my god.
whatever." And he's like, "Get out!"
Yeah,
And
get
drives
out
off.
of here.
He speeds off, and like all those, fucking rocks and shit spray in her face.
I love when you like watch enough of one certain porn actor or actress.
Yeah.
You start to notice their quirks.
Yeah.
Like that. What was that the back casting couch guy?
Yeah.
You start to get to know him a little bit. It's really creepy. Oh, now that guy likes.
Some of them are funny though.
Yeah.
Like that Fake Taxi guy, whenever a girl sucks his dick, he's like, oh no, but when you suck the tip. so like that guy loves the penis, the tip of his penis sucked. I know that about that guy now. That stuff, it was weird because it was like when you go to a restaurant and the waitress starts to notice you, you're like, oh no, you get scared from like knowing it. I stopped watching Fake Taxi because it's like, I know this guy too well. I'm gonna give him a little time. I don't want to be too familiar with this guy.
I
I
get
don't know.
that.
You know what I mean?
That. Yeah, I get
I went to IHOP one time and she was like, you want the usual? And I was like, oh fuck, I can never show my face here again. I can never come back here again, I know.
Do you ever see that? Do you know?
Predictable.
Do you know that porn star Jana Michaels?
Yes.
It sounds familiar.
She's got these huge titties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I know every porn star does. But she's got,
No.
she's
like
got these
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah,
huge
she's very
titties.
well known.
But she is right. But did you ever see the video where she's on a motorbike or just she's in a car with a dude and there's there's a biker gang to her left and
Yeah.
side. They're like, guys, we're going to a porn shoot. Come watch. They're like, okay. And then they're doing a porn shoot and all these bikers like standing there going, like laughing while she fucks a dude. And then one of the guys is like making fun of her, like being like, ah, you stupid bitch,
I did
whatever.
see that.
And then she fucking sucks off the guy, off the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
like comes to her mouth. She walks over to the dude, just spits it in his face.
I did
Like,
see that.
it was like, dude, you're the coolest. She's
I
so
did
cool.
see that.
Yeah.
And
That's
the guy,
awesome.
and all of his friends are like, ah!
You ever see that compilation of like weird things porn actresses say? It's on eFuck
Oh, I
video.
love that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
My favorite one's
Is
like
that on
the girl
eFuck?
who's like, I want you to cut my head off like a fucking pirate. Oh, he's like
Is
fucking
that on
pissed
eFuck?
myself.
I swear I've seen
It's on
that.
eFuck. It's called like
Yeah.
the shit porn actresses say or something.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I've
that'd be
seen
fucked.
that.
Yeah, it's good.
Cut my head off like a pirate.
She has some weird like European accent too. It's really even funnier.
Have you ever seen like anytime they do a scene, if they shoot it just for like a fraction of a second, occasionally, if a girl says something really weird, you'll see the guy make a weird face like, huh? Like, if normally it's like in a group scene, but there are occasionally times when you'll say something weird and the guy's just like clearly some guy in the background just like what? He's like stroking his dick and he's like, and he like stops.
Yeah, You ever seen the video of the dude jerking? Like, oh, sorry, the chick is in that room and the dude walks out of like a closet and he's beating up backwards and he comes over the girl's hair.
Oh, yeah.
She starts like crying. She has like a mental breakdown. It's the weirdest video. Yeah, Jax, he's doing like this. He's jerking like backwards. It's really bizarre.
That
Yeah.
is so odd.
It's weird. He's like laughing his ass. But he walks like behind the couch and comes over her hair and she starts crying. It's a weird fucking video.
Oh man, speaking of porn, Tomer and I, can I talk about this?
What are you gonna talk about?
You made a big
That
old
weird,
porn.
the anal Olympics.
Is that a video we watched?
We watched this amazing. I thought it was like the most like. These women should have been paid a lot of money for the shit that they were doing because it had one of my favorite porn actresses, Bonnie Rotten.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's
And that's-
hot.
I fucking love her.
I love her.
She is not only really good at porn, but
Yeah.
like she just gets into it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
got so much like emotion, you know. She
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah. She's got dark hair, she's covered in tattoos.
She's got
know.
spider webs on
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
titties.
She's fucking
Yeah.
hot.
Anyways, so we watched this porn called The Anal Olympics. And it was some of the most fucking amazing, like, anal stunts
Yeah.
I've ever seen ever.
Like doing
Yeah.
backflips and landing with their wiener inside.
well, like, they were doing some crazy,
Were
like,
there even men there? I don't
No, it was
remember.
just
It was
three
just
girls
chicks putting stuff in each other's butt.
putting gigantic
What
things in their buttholes.
You walked into the anal Olympics.
But, like, they were just, like, doing tricks and stuff with
Yeah.
them. Like, flips and stuff. Like, I don't know.
My favorite,
crazy shit.
Yeah, Zach. It's called the Anal Olympics. They do like these little stunts and stuff with their ass. Like sometimes they'll take a frying pan with an egg on it and they'll stick it up their ass, and then they have to flip the egg.
Right.
Yeah, really cool stuff. While she's sucking a dick.
Do you think
Whoa.
those guys?
There's no dicks in it, it's just buttholes.
Do you think those guys would kind of lie at parties? They're like, yeah, I was in the Olympics. You think they ever try to like, yeah, what do you? I was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Why did you run really fast? And I flipped an egg inside my asshole. Oh, both good skills.
Hey, wait,
Both applicable to the real world.
we were talking about porn, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we were.
I just wanted to say one thing about porn.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a porn like
Yes.
and then forgotten about it like for years?
And then we found it.
It's like finding treasure. When
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's this lady. It's this
Oh,
lady.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
the likelihood of it happening is actually pretty low.
But
It's
if
fucking
if it's a
crazy.
good one, what ends up,
Yeah.
it feels like you stumbled upon a childhood memory.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
nostalgia porn.
Yeah.
It's almost like you like, oh, my Nintendo works. Or so you find your Nintendo in the attic. And
Yeah.
you're like,
It's
I
like
wanna play this
finding
for
a
a while.
box of Pokemon cards, like a shoe
Yeah.
box. It's like, oh, look at these.
Takes you back.
Oh yeah.
What do you, okay, wait. Is it different for guys when you? Because like I remember, I think it was you that told me like
Clarify.
it doesn't matter. Like it's just like not all porn is the same. Like I don't know.
What?
But for me,
he's
like
not
I have
say
to find that
that.
special porn. That,
Oh, yeah.
like, touches my heart.
Yes.
You gotta look for the stuff that appeals to you specifically.
I'll tell you what. I don't think I've ever once just clicked the video and then stuck with that one. I usually go through.
yeah.
I usually
No,
like,
I do the same
God
thing.
damn it.
You usually end on like the 15th video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
an
If I find
adventure.
a
It's a
good, if I
journey.
find one good
It's
one,
a
I'm okay
journey.
with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the
You're
time
still always scrubbing through though, because it's the internet and it's so easy. So why are you gonna wait around?
That's true.
It's frustrating when you're like. I was watching one like 2 days ago. I was watching one like 2 days ago, and it was started off alright, but then there was this Scottish guy. And he kept talking.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop talking. He was
Yeah.
like, "You look at my fucking cup." What how this guy feels?
And they cut to him, they show like a sweaty face, and he's
Yeah,
like,
his big fucking stupid
Yeah.
red fucking thumb had sweating like.
There's
like,
there's
get outta
always
here, dude.
like a buff pink bald man.
yeah,
Always.
yeah, just a buff
Oh, where
pink
he's just
fucking dude.
completely pink.
Completely shaven, no eyebrows, just red almost.
He's just a big buff human thumb with
Like
a
the
dick.
bosses on Super Punch Out.
yeah.
Thumb.
A big
They're
fucking
soda
red
pop
thumb guy
Pakinski or
plowing a
whatever
chick.
his name was.
Or no, from Super Punch Out, it was the two brothers.
Oh,
they're,
really?
they're just fucking, they're pink bald guys. They have no eyebrows or anything.
Yeah.
They're totally shaven all the time.
They're always sweating with their fucking mouth ajar, banging a chick while she screams.
Okay, now here's the thing.
Yeah.
I do like to watch hardcore gangbang porn. I do. But what's very important to me is that it is clear that the woman is enjoying it.
Yeah, that was
At
about to
any
say
point
that.
in time, if I feel like she clearly, if it feels awkward or bizarre, even if
Yeah.
it's acted,
I can only
I
jerk
don't
off-
want to see
I
that.
can only jerk off the porn where the girls are clearly enjoying
Absolutely
it.
having a good time.
I always have
with
trouble
that.
watching those. I always get like secondhand stage fright. I'm like, oh man, I can never fuck it for like a coliseum. You know what I mean?
I know guys who like put on porn specifically to see the girl like not have a good time.
Oh God, I can't even.
It's masochistic in a way.
No, I know it's weird. No, but some people are into it. But
I
it's
think
still
those
like
are people that have like those shitty values, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the porn you watch is very reflective of like
Who you are?
how you feel about the opposite sex.
Yeah.
And your own sex even.
All I want is
I
a
don't know.
big throw.
And to be fair, it's not just gangbangs. Orgies work too.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a whole bunch of people and everyone's fucking and everyone's having a good time, that works for me. If everyone's having a good time.
I like the videos with the soft candlelight and the Christian music.
No,
and
you don't.
a couple laying down in slow motion of
No,
black
you
and white.
don't.
There's like the out of
They
focus
don't.
like
Yeah.
candle in the foreground as it
huge
passes
statue
by.
of Jesus Christ staring
Staring
down.
at them, crying blood. I love, dude. Have you guys been noticing this terrifying trend of like voices coming at the end of porn videos now?
No.
It scared the
Voices?
fuck up out of me. I was watching a video and I finished and I heard a loud German guy go to this website. There was a guy. It was as I was finishing, so he's like, go to this website, but it was added post. It wasn't a guy in the video. So I thought somebody was like talking to a door or something.
I always feel weird.
you coming at the time?
Yeah, I thought it was like Chris talking to a door or something. I was like, oh.
Does he like ejaculation go backward? Do you like suck it back?
Yeah,
up?
it was like reverse or something.
Ew. I always feel really weird at the beginning of some porns. There's always a girl on a couch with a laptop. She looks at the camera. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
visit fucking sluts.com for sexy bitches. And she's like, what the?
And you're
What
like, no,
videos
thank
are
you.
you watching? I've
Normal
never had
porn.
that
Yeah.
shit happen.
I watch pretty
It's,
normal
it's a
porn.
it's a pre-roll ad that they kind of add.
But these
into the
I
fuckers
video.
will
admit,
go in.
I pay for my porn now.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Like I found a site that I really like, and it's got a ridiculous amount of high quality videos and like
Give it a
it's-
shout out
Yeah,
for
like-
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
What?
it's called evilangel.com.
Oh, Evil Angel's great.
I really like it.
It's awesome.
But they put a
Yeah.
lot of I discovered them because of free porn and I saw one of their ads.
Yeah.
I kept seeing their ads and videos I liked.
Did the Evil Angel crew, or was it Brazzers that did the pirate movie one?
I'm not sure.
That was Brazzers.
I think it might have been Brazzers. Oh, you know what it was? Because they had what's her name? Aisha, the Japanese girl, Aisha
Asa Akira?
Yeah, Asa Akira, and she's definitely Brazzers.
She's so hot.
But they did.
Brazzers was, the Pirates movie was like a big thing.
It was hot.
Yeah.
I saw some of the scenes. It was fucking
I
hot.
saw the Avatar one. You ever see
Did
that?
you ever see
no,
this,
that
like,
was
I
one?
wanted to see the Avatar.
The Avatar one's
one.
really well made. Except
Yeah,
it's
they had great costumes.
Dude, the production's boring. Yeah.
Did you ever see the
boring.
SpongeBob one? No. It is the funniest thing ever. It's a guy in a SpongeBob suit. He has his face painted yellow, and he has like, and there's a girl, Sandy the squirrel, and she sucks him up, and he's like, He's been killed through the entire time.
You ever see the Homer Simpson one? He does
Yes.
really good. He does like,
He does a super good Simpson. He's like, "Hey, man, suck my dick." It's like, whoa.
Questions and answers is postponed.
There is a world as tangible as our own, impossible to see yet unavoidable to sense. A world enveloped by a seemingly unending ocean of forests. Buried deep in that forest, tucked away neatly within a blanket of twilight, lies a quaint little cabin. And in that cabin
Is a bunch of guys who's a bunch bullshitter.
Welcome to Sleepy Cast.
We've got the Pussy Spectacular
For
tonight.
Christ's sake. All right.
Yeah.
Here we have the man himself, the gross gorilla boy. Only a G. You got Zach. Wow, what a big penis everyone says. Guys, stop. I get it all the time. I'm getting sick of it. All right, stop bothering me. I'm trying to make groceries. You got Niall
We got
here.
Niall here, guys. You know it's me. That's the guy.
We got Sabrina.
Tested.
We also got
Whatever. Nikki
Raptor.
Max.
Nikki Lex.
Yeah.
The Carrot Partridge.
Also
same
known
thing.
as Ego Raptor.
Yes.
yeah.
Biggest fan.
So today we're going to be talking about apples.
Apples.
Where do they come from?
green or red.
What color is your favorite?
Look, I like a bigger apple. Less of worms inside of it.
The crispier, the better.
What are you talking
Honey
about?
Crisp.
Chris, look at the same shit.
That is the superior
She's not even
apple.
worth your fucking
Honey
time.
Crisp,
She
you got it,
talks
but you
about
ever
this
have-
bullshit.
Did you ever have Pink Lady?
Are they pink?
Yeah.
There's
What?
an apple called Pink
Oh,
Lady.
yeah, they're
Ask
the
me if
best
I've ever had a
apples.
Pink
Little
Lady.
tiny apples?
No, all ladies are pink except for some girls with
Oh,
darker skin
no.
are purple. Down there.
Careful now.
You know that though. It's a fact. What? The ones with the brown nipples, they always have brown kind of purple.
It's called ashy, dude. They have ashy pussies.
Excuse me?
It's ashy.
That's a
They
little
got, they
bit-
got big, and it
That's
looks like
too-
someone.
that's too
It looks
far.
like someone went to a bar, collected all the ashtrays, and just dumped it in their
We were
pussy.
talking about apples here.
What it looks like is they were standing on a truck or whatever, and then the car crashed, and they flew off the top and landed on their pussy in the desert and skated around for a bit on it.
It looks like
That's
they were
gross.
cooking something in the stove. It just briefly fell. The pussy hit the stove for like 4 seconds, and they came back. They jolted back as the pussy hit the stove. You know what I'm talking about? Burn little pussy.
We know what you're talking about. Us
Nikki,
ladies
show
over
us that
here.
burn pussy. Show us that burn pussy. Show us that burn pussy.
Also, there's Granny Smith apples.
Yeah, what about those apples? Apples, huh?
There's green apples, there's yellow apples, there's red, there's a mix.
Yeah.
I would seriously say, honestly, no goof on the side. A big red apple's the best. A big crunchy red apple.
Have you heard? Have you
Not
heard?
those pussy little like kind of red apples that are circles. I'm talking about the big crunchy
Yeah,
red
the
apples.
the ones with the like.
Those big crisp fuckers when
Yeah.
you bite into them.
Speaking of apples, you had a story. You mentioned apples about what was it?
I have an apple
Zoe's Grill or something. There's something to do with apples.
Oh yes,
and the
very good
guy-
segue. Yes.
Yeah.
I was with
Was that
Jeff.
intentional?
I was with Jeff. No, it wasn't for real. I was with Jeff a couple weeks ago, Johnny, Utah, and we were at this place called Zoe's Kitchen, and I got like a chicken salad, but there was like one piece of fucking chicken and a million apple slices, and they were green apples, and I used to like green apples, but I don't like them that much. So I picked them up. I was like, I'm just in the mood for like a chicken salad. I was very hungry. Just wanted chicken and fucking lettuce. And the dude walked over who like cut the apples. Was like, "What, you don't like apples?" And I was like, he was like, he took my tray of apples and he threw it away.
What?
Wow.
I've never had somebody fucking hector me personally about not eating. I could pay for it. I could buy the food and throw it all away if I want to.
Like you were
Was
at
he
your
angry?
table and he walked
yeah, he was
over
like
and
snobby.
took
He
it
was
away.
angry. He was like snobby about it, but I can do whatever the fuck I want with my apples.
Zach, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't know that story, but today I pissed off the Zoe's Kitchen workers because Zoe's Kitchen is right beside the Wawa's.
What is Zoe's Kitchen?
It's like
like
this
a
fucking
grill.
prissy,
Pretentious.
gluten-free health shit.
Oh, one of those
It's pretty good, but it's like a
pretentious.
pretentious,
Yeah.
like bright colors.
Like 20
weird
bucks
wall
for like a
patterns.
slice of
breakfast,
chicken.
lunch.
But I pissed
But
them
it's
off.
got a leaf on it, so oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I pissed them off today because I was buying this gentleman here a coffee that he's drinking right now, and
That's
I bought
me,
me a
boys.
coffee too. But I want to change the music on my phone, so I put it down on their table outside, and they were all looking at me like this from the outside, like you
Dude,
can't do that. And I was like,
What?
Yeah, but no, I actually cowered in fear and ran away. But yeah, that happened. So Zach, I got
Wait.
you revenge.
Speaking of pissing people off, remember the guy we pissed off last week?
Which guy?
You didn't piss him off.
We did. No, he was. No, he was. Me and Noah were walking home from dinner, and we were outside of our house. And then we crossed the road because
Oh, that guy.
it's hard to cross the road right outside of our house. There's so much traffic. And then we crossed the road, and there was this guy walking towards us. And we crossed the road. He was like, "Hey, We were like, what? And he's like, I'm not that scary, am I? And we were like, no. And he was like, why'd you cross the road?
Yeah, no, this guy looked like the
He was just
He was fucking with
He
you.
wasn't.
He
He
was
wasn't.
absolutely
He
was
wasn't.
fucking with you.
He was not fucking.
He looked like the stereotypical Vietnam vet. Eye
Yeah.
patch, cane,
Yeah.
huge big gray beard, and he was like, hey, I'm not that scary, am I?
He
Dude,
seemed fine.
he's seen so many dead bodies in his
No,
life.
I
He's got
know.
that sense of
He
humor.
seemed fine, but then when we crossed the road, we kept walking. We're like, no, we live here. And he was like, oh, but then he kept walking, and he saw us walking more.
No,
and he was
what-
like, you're fucking liars.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
we're not.
2 houses over. But he was like, no, I think what he was thinking was all the like the Vietnamese people that were like really really terrified of him. They had flashbacks of people that were scared of him. He was like,
He was just fucking with you. That's what everyone does when they're older. They fuck with younger.
If I was his age, I would do the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
me
Like,
too.
what are you scared of? Run! The kids run away. It's fun. It's what
Yeah.
you do when you're
I
old.
can't
already
wait
do
to be
that.
old. I
Yeah,
can't wait to be
I
an
did that
asshole.
today. I did that today to 15
Maybe
kids.
that was just you in the future, Zach.
Yeah, it's me tomorrow.
Yeah.
I came back to the past.
You when you came out of the fucking womb.
Yeah. The doctor threw me against the wall and I slid like a rat to the table.
You slithering
Benjamin
monster.
Button or whatever.
yeah. There are also apple tree apples, the ones that fall from the tree. What do you think of those ones?
They suck. I hate them.
Yeah, they're never as good as the ones you buy in the store.
Oh, yeah.
I disagree. Can I say? There was
The
an
ones
apple
from
tree.
Grandpa's backyard.
No, not Grandpa. Not Grandpop's. He had squirrels that he used to drown. That's a true story. Did I tell the story of the podcast?
No.
No.
My grandpa, he's like a
Fucking
World War
serial
II
killer?
vet. He's a Korean vet, but he's also
So he's seen some shit.
he's seen some shit. He doesn't kill anymore. I've talked about it before. He's a big racist, but he's a lovable racist. We asterisk that by saying his racism is not lovable, but he's a lovable guy who is a racist.
Who happens to be a racist?
He's one of those guys. I think I told the story on Martin Luther
Right.
King Day. He was like, it's Martin Luther Day. And I was like, oh, Grandpa, you can't say that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy. He just laughed though. He can care. He just watches fucking Leave It to Beaver all day. But anyways,
So he squirrels.
he hates fuck. He loves his like lawn and backyard.
Yeah.
And he gets gophers and squirrels and shit. Like whenever he sees a gopher holes, he just fucking throws smoke bombs at him and kills them. But he also used to take when he was a little bit more like 10 years ago, he used to take his gun and shoot fucking squirrels from the trees in his backyard. But what he does now is he sets squirrel traps everywhere in his backyard, and he gets myself or maybe now one of my younger cousins to just drop in the pool of water and make them drown.
Oh my god.
That's cool. You know, I've seen some
He
traps where it's
doesn't
like
give a
kill
shit. He
some
doesn't. What else is he
slugs.
gonna do? Fucking hit him with a brickers? I don't know.
That's
I've seen,
funny.
like,
Like,
how-
if you got a wooden mallet, that would be the
He
funniest.
just drops him in a pool and
Yeah.
just sits there.
I like how
He
this
doesn't take pleasure. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. And he drops.
You don't know that. He's probably outside
He
next
could
to
be
the window.
jerking off to it, I don't know.
He's touching his little
He's
wiener.
jelking.
He's
He
got a
could be
little bump.
jelking, yeah. Have we talked about jelking before?
I don't know.
Every guy just froze up because like, oh god, somebody else knows about joking.
This is
All you fuckers
What?
joke.
This is something that like everyone, every man.
Okay. Ladies, you guys are for a treat. Every guy
We're
listening, every guy, yeah, this is a whole world you don't know about. Every guy listening
Knows
and
about jelking?
Even everyone here.
And they didn't know that any other guy knows about jelking, but every guy knows
It's an
about
egg I cracked. I
because it's when you Google how to get a bigger dick, it tells you about this technique called jelking.
It's where you take you lotion. Basically, you put a warm cloth over your dick, or take a shower. Then you take your hand like this and squeeze your cock from base to tip over like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's usually guys with like big bump guys with huge cocks like, I joke every day. You're like, whoa, dude. And then here's what everyone does it for like
this.
everyone does it for like 2 days. Like, man, that's too much. I'm just gonna have a small dick and
my thing
die.
is like it's the same as jacking off. Really, you're kind of pulling, so I'm just jack off, and my dick will get
I was
big.
joking before I knew what it was,
Specifically
though.
for pleasure?
No, it's
it makes
just
your
to
dick
make your
Get-
dick
to
bigger.
get your dick bigger.
It's stretching
an
your dick.
exercise.
Is it scientifically proven?
They say your dick is made of these like this spongy
Fibers.
substance.
Like, yeah.
and
Which it is, kind of.
yeah. So like you're kind of breaking up the sponges, and like it stretches it, and then it fills in. Like
It's the same theory as like working out your abs
Yeah,
or your
working out your,
biceps,
like,
where it
biceps.
builds down and comes back.
it doesn't work though. I
Yeah, you
tried.
guys had no idea about this.
So,
This
Ray,
is
can
all.
you imagine us like in the shower, like
Yeah.
can we take a little
Tits, like,
cloth
oh,
and like rub
oh,
our
oh.
pussy
I
lip?
heard about tighter vagina exercises. Someone told me a
There are.
Yeah, someone told me
Is that the equivalent? Do you guys like Google how to
No.
get tighter vagina?
What did they tell
No,
me though?
Come
okay.
on,
All the time,
that's
every morning. That's
that's
their
up.
new routine.
There's muscles or whatever. Like it's different for girls. Obviously, there's no equivalent to jelking, I guess. But when you go pee, you stop midstream and you hold it for a little bit, and then you continue peeing, and then it's supposed to
Tighten it up.
I can just pinch my
strengthen-
tits.
That's queefs.
muscles.
I heard that occasional sex tightens the
I've never
pooch.
heard of this.
See, I think it's funny because I think women underestimate how insecure guys are. Every guy is super insecure. You can have an age stick and be like, man, at least I want 8.5. It's not fair.
Yeah, well,
Isn't that weird?
well, yeah.
Go ahead.
When we talk about dick
Go
size
on,
and stuff,
insult our small dicks, Sabrina.
No,
See if
sorry.
we care.
I lost my train of
Peanut
thought anyway.
dicks.
well, when we talk about dick sizes, Zach was always underselling himself because every guy like are obviously going to do it at the pubic bone. They're
I
going
didn't know you put it to the bone. Everyone's like,
Of course, guys are going to do that though.
You did the bone?
you
Guys
mean
are
that-
gonna-
wait, what?
Guys are going
you push it to the bone.
Guys are going to do whatever makes
You
it seem
push it
bigger.
into the bone?
Yeah,
Not to
guys.
the bone, but you know what I mean. You gotta
Inside
put,
the
No, that's not how you measure
The
dick.
guy, no,
I thought
every
it
every guy
wasn't.
does that though, because it's obviously going to make it bigger. It's going to make it seem bigger. Of course. it's
Well,
gonna do
there's liars. That's
But
immoral.
every guy lies about his dick size. Even if you're close, still in the ballpark. If you're like 6.2, you're gonna say 6.5 because it's easier. You round up to every fifth of an inch.
You give out for rounding up numbers, but I don't do it with a wiener.
Look, every guy goes to every half an inch. Nobody.
Yeah, you
if
kinda
your dick is
round up a little
5.1, you're like, yeah, it's like 5.5, pretty much.
So, do you
You
guys
round
still
up.
jelk today?
No.
Like
I said, joking is the thing you
Is
do.
that phase over?
Joking is the thing every guy does for like
when
2
you're like
days, and you're like,
when you're 14, you do it.
yeah.
And this involves a gel?
No. It's I don't know why
It's just called
gel.
Some guy
You
made
literally
up.
take lotion, just do this to your dick.
This
I was
guy
doing that when I was a
Dr.
teenager
John
before I
Jelk.
looked up what it was. I was already just doing it because I thought it would work.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But then what about the whole, like, because I guess
There's
like
no
a
cock
pump
pills out
or
Have
you seen
whatever
dick
would be the
stretchers?
same idea?
What?
Have you seen dick stretchers?
No.
They're these fucking things you tie to your leg or like around your knee, and your
Oh, I
dick
have
gets
seen those.
pulled down to it like with an
Yeah.
elastic
Oh god, I
rubber
wouldn't
band.
do that.
Oh my
why
God.
don't you just tie it to like a door frame and just hang off it for like a few hours?
There's a video of that. Have you seen
What?
that?
Yeah, Chinese guys like tie weights to their dicks and they're like, oh, like their face is purple and they're sweaty and shit.
There's a video of a guy swinging around in his doorway with his dick. He's having the best time ever.
What? Oh my god!
You guys watch the worst videos.
serious?
You don't watch enough videos.
Yeah, you don't watch enough.
I don't want to watch enough
All you do is
Chinese
steal
guys.
coffee.
Get stomped to death, and you won't
That
watch
was
a guy
on
swinging by his
accident.
dick.
First of all, that was on accident.
You watch
okay?
the whole thing by accident. Bullshit.
It's
you.
on fucking MySpace, okay? On the message
And you
board.
watch all of it.
What did you watch?
I don't want to talk about it.
Next came over, she was like, I saw the best video. A kitten getting stomped to death.
I love every second.
And then her pussy got wet and dripped on the floor.
I might cry. If somebody showed me a video of a baby duck or something dying, I might cry.
I've seen some awful shit on accident. Like, I don't seek out these videos.
Sabrina, what's the worst video you've ever seen online that you actually like saw? That you were
Probably something one of you guys sent to me. To
you know what
be
I mean? Like
honest.
somewhere like a picture too. where you're just like, holy shit.
ISIS videos?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know.
Did Chris send you a beheading video?
I do not send beheading
No,
videos.
you guys sent me some pretty weird shit.
You're a
Like
little shit
every
stir.
time I
You never
get a
sent you
link.
like bad stuff though, like
No,
people
no,
getting
it's never
killed.
like
I've never sent
horrifying.
anyone that kind of shit.
I showed Shadman the fucking Bjorkstock guy last night killing himself, and Shadman was getting a kick out of it.
He's
he
like,
never
"That's
seen that
funny."
one.
He put on this big fat gamer guy who does. I
Oh
forgot-
my god! When Corey was laughing at that, I was crying laughing at Corey laughing.
They basically the context is Shadman and
Oh, yeah.
Corey were putting this. They showed me this video of this big obese guy like, oh, I hit the fucking GameCube.
Yeah, he's like,
And
there's the Nintendo shit cube.
And there's
And he has like a cane or like a broomstick
There's a
or
sound he
something.
makes in the intro where it goes, oh. And also, dude, that sounds like the fucking Bjorkstock when he kills himself for Ricardo Lopez. And I showed the Shad, he got a kick out of it.
And Corey was like laughing so fucking hard at that
I'll
fat
tell you
guy.
why though. It's because it was a huge computer with massive speakers, like boom, boom.
Oh yeah, we were in the Newgrounds offices, and the Pico Day setup was already there, so there was like a huge projector with like massive speakers all around. Corey blasted it, and there's this big fat guy going, "Oh, Nintendo shit cube."
What else did you play now?
Yeah, gamer.
So Corey's been staying at Stampers over the past weekend because of Pico Day.
Yeah.
In the mornings, I've been hanging out with him and Shad playing Mario Party 3D World.
Oh, I missed
Corey
those days.
is so intense when he plays
Dude.
it. He was stuck on a level, and he was red-faced screaming. And of course, he was quoting like all these game reviewers.
Yeah.
And Shad's making all like trivial
Oh,
questions.
Shad's fanning the flames the whole
Yeah.
time. Corey, calm down. It's only a video game.
Oh, Shad loves to do that.
You know, it was funny. There was, like he was playing. I woke up to him screaming one day. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I walked out. I was like, "Corey's dad must have died or something." And I walked upstairs and he was playing Sonic Adventure 2. That's like the funniest. Like that's Corey. That story. is
He used to
Corey.
keep Chris up at night because he'd be screaming at Team Fortress 2.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, the funniest thing Corey ever did was he let a piece of fruit rot in his room.
yeah.
And fucking
Oh, God.
and then it gave birth to all these maggots, right? No, this is the best story ever. So Corey let this piece of fruit rot in his bedroom,
Back at the old house.
and then these maggots crawled out, like fucking millions, right?
They were all over the
millions.
ceiling.
Were there a bunch of flies
They all
around
poke
the
evolved
house?
into moths, little tiny moths.
Oh, no.
And then every day, I heard Corey slapping the wall, going, "Ugh!" no! I'm sick of this! It's like, Corey, remove the fucking rotten fruit, you idiot!
Yeah, you can still keep the fruit in there.
The whole house was covered in maggots and moths.
There was one point where I walked into his room and there was a blue bottle. I was like, "Corey, this bottle been like 4 months." He's like, "Oh yeah."
And he opened
I looked
the lid.
inside. I looked inside, and there was like 4 inches of dead flies. There was a fly holocaust.
shit.
And I was like, "Corey," he started laughing. And he just looked at me. He laughed.
But every night he was slapping my
Dude,
wall
she was like-
to kill flies on the wall. I was like, Corey!
Also, Corey's bedroom had like glass shards to the ceiling because it was an art house, and they used to like sporadically just fall onto the ground, like almost impaling me. Be like, "Oh," you'd be like, "What?"
That is fucking
And
frightening.
just like, "Oh," like right beside him.
Didn't that like jolt you out of a sleep at some point? Where you were
Yeah,
just
I
like,
thought
"Oh,
someone
shit,
threw a
we're
brick through the
broken
room. I
into."
thought
Yeah.
someone, and I
And
woke up
Chris
Zach.
ran away with it. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like still like dreaming. So I was like, "What?" Because Chris was standing over me. He didn't turn my light on. It was like a shadow of Chris going, "Hold on!" I was trying to process what the fuck was
I thought
happening.
someone was breaking in. I was like, Zach, did someone break in? And he was like, what?
For me, it's not when I'm waking up; it's when I'm going to sleep. And
Yeah,
you're,
me
like
too.
you're
No.
kind of drifting off, and it's really dark.
Yeah, me
and then you
too.
start seeing like almost like shapes or whatever.
I'm the same
Oh,
way.
I get that.
I hate when you're about to fall asleep and you get
sit
that
back
jolt.
up. Like,
And you're just like,
Do you ever dream of does that ever coincide with like something you're thinking of? So it's like you fall down a stair, like a door hits your face or something. And
Yeah.
you wake up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god. I had one that scared the living shit out of me. It was like one of those like outer body experience. Like it's like sleep paralysis. And I was
Yeah.
like outside my body, and I went outside my bedroom, and I was like, I can like experiment. And I checked my bookshelf, and I was like, I can see what order these books are in. So when I wake up, see if it was real or not. And it was in that order. I was like, "Ah!" when I woke up. But then I was like, I must have been like sleepwalking or some shit.
have you ever
I get
fallen
bad.
out of the bed while you're sleeping? Like you just fucking turn
Yeah, oh,
over
yeah.
and
I'm
fall
worried
on
about-
your
I'm
face.
such a klutz. I'm like the worst.
When I was in Spain, I did that. I smashed my head off the floor. It was
I'm always
like
really paranoid when I'm
That
on a,
explains a lot.
I'm always
Yeah.
very paranoid when I'm on a bunk bed that I'm gonna fall off the top bunk.
Yeah.
I'm always super paranoid that I'm
Yeah, but then when I'm on the bottom bunk, I always think the guy's gonna collapse and crush me
Yeah.
to death.
You know,
with
do
sand.
you remember when we lived at the old house? I had that bunk bed that was too close to the ceiling.
that. Chris was the idiot, bought a bunk bed without measuring it.
Yeah.
The fucking top bunk was literally, you had to crawl.
You
I
have to like
remember
squeeze
that.
into
It
it.
was
So
like
I woke up.
sandwich.
I woke up to
Yeah.
take a piss. I was like, bam! Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god!
I was about
fuck.
to say that. One time I woke up from a nightmare up there, smashed my head off the roof.
That's a good thing to wake up to. You're like having a scary dream. You smash your face immediately.
You could like stand underneath that bed, like
Yeah, but the
comfortably.
top bunk was like you felt like you were in a coffin or something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awful.
Yeah, it
Especially
was
for
so
That bed
funny.
was
Yeah.
the best for recording only plays though. We used to just like there was like a mattress and we used to like lie in there with a mic dangling from it.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was real fun.
It was a good little thing. Yeah.
It was a good little setup. Yeah, I miss that house. Like especially living with Shad and Corey. Like just that, like Shad would just walk in like every now and then, just be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And we'd be like, and then just have like a long conversation.
You
Go
know,
back
it's
to work.
weird. A lot of people would give him credit for it, but he's a great guy to have conversations
Yeah,
with.
he's just-
You'll see some of that when we use it on the
He's a
podcast.
great guy in general.
He's a good conversationalist.
You can talk to him. I mean, there's
every night at Stampers, we always end up in the kitchen, and Shadow always
Yeah.
joins us.
Oh,
and
that's
we
what
talk
he
for
still
like
does that.
hours. We have
We-
like great
he
He does those kitchen
conversations.
talks that they were
Yeah.
like iconic. Like I'd wake up at like 3 a.m. for water and Shad would be in the kitchen, and then like I'd go back to bed at like 7 a.m. after just talking for like 5
yeah, you
hours.
just look at the talking.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's always down there making his tea or whatever.
You always
Yeah.
talking
Kitchen
about
corner
something.
with
It's weird. It
Shad.
could be fucking. It could be the Outer Gamer one night. It could be fucking like time travel the next night. It's what's always fun about
Yeah.
it.
He has such interesting perspectives on things.
Yeah.
Like he's not like a normal like.
He's not
he has-
normal.
You know, of course.
He has,
the
he has
best
an
way,
alien.
the
he
best
has,
way
he
to
has,
describe him is Shad is against nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
He's
like Shad would thrive in a like post-apocalyptic setting.
Pokeball.
It always reminds me of
Pokeball.
setting in a Pokeball.
He always reminds me of the uncle that fucks with you.
Oh yeah, he's like, how you doing, eh?
Except your uncle wouldn't put actual knives to your throat when you walk up the stairs like Shad would. But yeah,
You probably had it coming now.
Yeah.
he did it to you and you started crying. Remember?
Oh yeah, I
Like,
screamed.
wet your pants.
I don't want to die. That's what you said. Just piss off your legs.
That was blood because he cut my dick off by accident.
Gross.
So, Nikki, is this your first time in Philadelphia?
Yes, it is.
And what do you think? What's the difference? What's
A lot of black guys jaywalking. Let me tell you
Does that make you horny?
I saw a video of a guy in Seattle, a black guy jaywalking and got shot by police.
Was
Good.
that? Are you sure that's
I
Seattle?
swear to God that was Seattle. I swear to
Seattle.
God I remember that was Seattle.
You're
Well,
from Seattle. Talk about that.
Jaywalkers are
Seattle
fucking
sucks.
scum.
It's beautiful, but I hate the people there.
The
Very
hipsters.
pretentious. So many business.
Is it like
people.
art school just in like a state?
Isn't it California kind of blood up a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like the further
But
up you go,
there's
like
a lot-
Portland, then Seattle, it's like more hipstery.
Seattle has Amazon, Microsoft, it's got Adobe, it's got Google, it's got all these businesses that keep inviting people to move in from like India.
Silicon Valley, those little skinny guys with mustaches and
No,
glasses.
like they're flying in people from like India and everything. So there's a lot of Indian people there.
Gross.
There's a lot
I heard
of different
Seattle's kind of
ethnics.
the new like growing area, the new booming area. That's the new kind of place to go.
It is. I mean, we
I
got,
always
we
wanted to
got
go there.
weed legal. We got
You do.
We got
Oh, yeah.
coffee. It's still very pretentious.
Talk
Marriage.
about the weed being legal.
Seattle's a bunch of people that are hard to talk to. There's a thing called Seattle Freeze, where like people just they aren't friendly. They won't make eye contact. It's hard to have a conversation.
I think I
when
know
you're
why that
standing
is,
in
because they're
line.
all kind of thinking, like, if they're that kind of person that you're talking about, they're all, like, thinking about themselves all the time, so, like, yeah, they try to bring the conversation.
You're just concentrating on what you're doing. You're
I'm-
kind of worried about like if people are looking at you or not, and you're just like.
That just sounds like you're very socially awkward.
A lot of people are in Seattle.
Oh, really?
I feel very out of place. Like here, I feel like I'm at
You're at home.
I'm at home.
There
Like
you go.
I can talk to people on the street. I go out with Mick to like a grocery store, and he's
Everyone
having a
here is
regular
super friendly.
conversation.
That's the good thing.
Yeah,
about the
I
area.
lived in New Jersey as well, and compared to there, like, the Phillies just look where it's at.
I always
find
lived
that
in
too.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate on Seattle so much because it is like a booming place. Like I've met a lot of good people there and everything, and it's beautiful in the summer and spring with the mountains and blue sky.
Puget Sound, is that the...
Yeah, the Puget Sound area. I mean, it doesn't rain all the time. If anything, it's just cloudy.
It's like Irish weather, I think, isn't it? Like,
It is.
Yeah,
Kind of
so I'm
foggy,
used to
kind
that
of
shit.
cloudy, gray.
What's the friendliest place you guys ever were?
Ooh. Friendliest.
Probably, I mean, the more touristy places in Canada are super friendly.
That's good.
Jasper and Banff. They're two separate places, but they're
Banff?
Banff, B-A-N-F-F.
Oh.
Banff, like not like badass
Badass
motherfucker. It's close to it though, but it's really touristy, so there's a bunch.
But
of
so are they
people
just doing that for show because everyone thinks Canada is like a really friendly
Maybe.
place, and then the further out you go, the
No,
more
that'd be a
crazy.
hard
But
act
it
to keep
really
up.
is-
Probably
it
just,
really
it's
is
a
a
nice
cool
little
Well,
place.
North Korea keeps it up.
Really though, no one's really
Well-
that friendly there.
No, this
Well,
isn't anything like North
Dennis
Korea.
You just compare fucking North Korea to Banff, Canada?
Yeah.
Well, Dennis Rodman fell for it. If he fell for it, everyone.
He's Dennis Rodman.
That's true.
No, it's nice though. There's just tons of wildlife. Like it's a place where like elk and bighorn sheep and whatnot like would just walk
Cool.
across the
I
street.
love bighorn sheep.
Yeah, and like you can see bears too
I'm
if you're
sure
lucky.
you do.
And
You like
can
big
feed 'em.
horns, don't you?
Like, it's cool.
Nice, dude.
What about you guys?
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah, the
Why?
Midwest.
Why?
I said what?
Everybody in the Midwest, you can ask if Stamper was here to tell you this, because he has family in the Midwest too. Everyone there is super friendly.
Yeah.
Like here, but on crack. It's ridiculous.
I have to say Philadelphia so far. I've been to Burbank, California. I've been to LA.
That's your
San
problem. You've
Francisco.
been to California. That's why
Been to
nobody's fucking
Florida.
friendly.
Philly's, yeah. Philly's like Ireland in the sense where people are really, really friendly when you start talking to them, but no one goes out of their way to talk to you.
The Midwest people be like, hey, people
Yeah,
like
people
get
come up to you. It's
yeah,
weird.
Yeah. People come up to you, try to get to know you.
Huh.
Because it's like here, there's a lot of people.
It's a little intimidating when you think about it.
No,
It's not. It's lovely.
Really, it's really,
I love that shit.
It's, you never feel like, oh, get the fuck away from me, you weirdo.
Yeah.
It's always like, hey, how you doing?
I never had a friendliest place that I've been to. I think everyone's kind of similar everywhere.
Go to Iowa.
Yeah. No, they're not pricks. I just.
They're not pricks.
Yeah.
Well, how about like the opposite then? The meanest.
California.
The meanest place I've been to.
They're not even dicks, or just not. They're not people.
The meanest place I ever was fucking Rome.
Really?
Yeah, you said Europe is a shithole.
I didn't say Europe was a shithole.
Like we said
Rome?
France is a shithole. Italy was a shithole.
No, I said the places I went were shitholes. So
I guess there's the tourist
I went to
spots, though.
Paris.
You know, it
It
probably
was
is.
not nice.
You know,
What?
it probably was.
I liked Paris.
Really?
I think it's because the people who live there are like, fucking tourists.
Yeah, no, I don't blame 'em.
motherfuckers, you know.
You can't blame that.
I
But
feel like if you go to a touristy place like that where like tracks
they're
all
also
foreigners-
full of like fucking thieves and it's like
Paris,
smoggy.
yeah, you're gonna
and
get pickpocketed. if you go to
fucking-
We
Paris.
also went to we were I think it was New York. If you go to Times Square, there's a lot of people like.
Yeah, that was.
There was a
scummy.
black dude who was like, "Hey man, check out my album." I was like, "Oh," he gave me his album. I was like, "Sweet man." He's like, "Yeah, can you give me some donations?" I was like, "No," and he grabbed it back. He was trying to trick me into buying it.
Dude,
What an
No,
asshole.
he didn't even grab it back. He was like, "Give me money." It's like, no. He's like, "Give me money," and he was trying to like make you keep it, but give him
No,
money.
he gave it. No, he pulled it back from me.
Did he? He didn't do
took
that
it
with
back
me.
from
Dude, I was
But-
like, I went to the Rocky Steps where they're like Rocky, you know.
I
where
was
everyone's
there
up.
recently.
Yeah, and I went there with a friend, and like this guy came up to us like, "Oh, you're a lovely couple." We weren't even a couple, so that was awkward. And he's like, "Here, I'll take a picture of you with the Rocky statue." And then we went to the Rocky statue, and he took a picture, and I was like, "What? I don't even care." And she was from Philly, so she was like, "Yeah, I like live here, but whatever." And then like he was like, "Here, no, come on, give me a tip. Come on, I'm homeless. Give me a tip." Like he just expected. He wasn't even giving me eye contact. He was like, "Here, yeah, tip now. Give me money." I was like, I didn't even want this picture. You dick.
You get those fucking vultures around touristy spots. And
Yeah.
people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in Philadelphia. There's the Rocky Steps.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like you
And
get.
then, like, everyone that was jogging up those rocky steps, I was like, you motherfucker.
It's just like the people. You ever see those pictures of like 100 people next to the Eiffel Tower? They're all, but they're not like.
Oh, the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not the Eiffel Tower.
I love that, but there's also one with the Mona Lisa. There's a picture like that where it's just like it's a tiny little picture, like the actual Mona Lisa, and there's just
it's
like
very
a ton of
small.
tourists like
People-
with their phones, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you stand back. And then there's an amazing, brilliant masterpiece behind the Mona Lisa that's much better paint like than the Mona Lisa, and no one looks at it.
The Mona Lisa's good, but it's.
It's all right.
The Mona Lisa.
What's so great about it? This is a serious question. You guys are artists. What's so great about the Mona Lisa?
Look at
I don't
everything
know.
Lead on us,
Look at
Sabrina.
everything from
Lead
its-
on us. Mona Lisa.
Everyone's amazed by the weirdness of her smile in the picture.
It's also the fact
He
that
fucked up her smile, so like
it's
people
also
are
the fact that from the year came, dude. Look at everything else from that era.
No, it was
like
great.
it was like creepy people
Re-
like
Renee-
screaming
no.
and dying.
Renaissance
rats
art was
around them.
amazing, dude.
I'm saying a lot of art from that time. That's why it's impressive, though. It's hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
It's hundreds of years old.
I know, but what Niall's saying is there's other pictures that are better.
Way better.
From the same time.
From the
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm sure there are, but it's still. I mean, it's also done by a famous artist too. He did a lot of other stuff.
yeah, but like
It's the guy behind it. If that was a one-off, it wouldn't be
What
famous.
always impresses me are the fucking statues.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
are made
Yeah.
out of marble.
Yeah, and it looks
they're
like cloth.
so perfect.
I've always thought about like, man, could you imagine doing that? It had to have happened. Just doing one of
Yeah.
those and fucking up.
Like little
Like
subtle
on the
things.
finger,
just
having
on the finger, just-
having the finger fucking knock
Dude,
off.
Michelangelo's David has like a hand bigger than the other, but no one notices.
Yeah.
and his wiener's tiny.
You give him
You
credit.
notice
not
that,
an
huh,
erection,
Niall?
What?
You notice his wiener.
Of course it. Well, it's like it's kind of prominent.
You lick your lips too.
No, but I don't know. I think I
Dude,
like
We're talking about art.
In the guy's defense, you know, if you were gonna show your penis, you would inflate it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That guy just stands still for like 7 hours. So fuck you.
That's true.
That guy had it was right cool to you, asshole.
Yeah, and he probably like did the dick last.
Yeah, he was like, oh,
Do you think
dude.
Michelangelo would have been like, oh, I'll give you a good dick?
He cannot keep a chub up for like
What
7 hours.
if?
Yeah.
What if David was being kind of a dick that day, so his wiener smaller?
Yeah, fuck you,
Or
man.
what if he
There's
did what
artists that
you
do
were
that.
saying about the finger? He chopped off half it. He was like, fuck. And he
Oh
just had
man,
to,
I'm
like,
sorry. I'll just say it was cold. I don't know. I'll say we can pool afterwards. Before.
There's real talk though. There's some statues out there that like you'll get like veins on the back of the hand. They'll capture
my
that so
God.
perfectly.
Yeah.
You'll see like
But it's the
tendon.
cloth.
You know what I also realized
that
too,
I
though?
think is amazing.
What the fuck else were they doing? That's what
Yeah,
they
that's
did. They
true.
just sat there and chiseled for because then you would do that and
That was-
die.
that was fun.
What else could you do back then?
Yeah, they didn't have fucking
Get the
DS.
Black Plague.
You
3DS.
can make apple pies.
What's the best museum you guys have been to?
I've
I
only
went to
been to
the
a couple.
I went to the Getty Museum in California.
I went to the Museum of
I
Natural
went to the
History.
Spaghetti Museum.
You went to your
I
girls
went to the
Museum of
Spaghetti
Natural
Factory
History in
last
New York.
night.
Really?
No.
The Spaghetti Museum? What's in the Spaghetti Museum?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Spaghetti.
Oh, serious?
Severed heads, screaming severed heads.
There's one that I went to by this artist called Ron Muick who does like grotesquely realistic huge things like there's one that it's just a giant baby. It's the size of this room basically, and it's just hyper
the-
realistic.
Oh yeah, that thing.
It looks like a real giant baby, and it's like all just like fresh out of the womb, I guess. And just,
You're
all
getting Zach
slimy
horny over
looking.
there.
I
Yeah, you crossed
did,
your legs.
I did anatomy in med school, so like there was this guy touring around that he had cadavers and he put them in all different positions and stuff. And,
Body
like,
World.
Yeah, I went to that. I went to that when
Body
he was
World?
touring. Yeah,
Can I tell a quick story related to
that was disgusting.
There were advertisements all over New York when we went there.
I saw that. Yeah.
No, wait. It's a Christopher I'm talking about. You know what I'm gonna say?
Wait, what?
The Dunkin' Donuts.
There
Oh,
was-
that,
there was
yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. We went to Dunkin' Donuts and there was like these disgusting like real human like corpse faces on them, and the employee behind the counter pointed to it and he was like, "This is without skin human."
I remember
It was
that.
the weirdest fucking thing ever. We were like,
It was just you were staring at
what?
your prototypical Dunkin' Donuts worker, and we
That's
were
a
just,
quote to be
Yeah,
able
can I
to
try a coffee, one turgo, and then he just points, and we looked at it, we're like, what is that? And he goes, that is without skin human.
I wanted to
you,
frame
sir.
that and say like Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Yeah, just take a picture of him and just like,
Yeah, make it a
He's, like,
black and white
smiling.
photo. Dunkin' Donuts guy on the skinless human. Thanks, guy.
that is without skin human.
I didn't know what that was before he pointed out Dunkin' Donuts employee.
I
It
forgot about that.
Wasn't that in like every Dunkin' Donuts we went to?
was everywhere. It was like,
Everyone's
why?
all over New York.
That is so off-putting for a fucking food restaurant. Like,
Yeah,
food and
why would
coffee.
they put that
Like,
there?
I
It's like a guy like screaming to his
Yeah.
mouth is open.
Like I was
His
gonna,
muscle tissues.
I was
everywhere.
gonna get like a fucking like chopped up meat fucking burger.
I was gonna get a raw piece of chicken with like really stringy. I couldn't do it after that.
yeah. Oh.
Did you say you actually went to the exhibit though, or like the?
No.
No, yeah,
No,
no.
but guys, that
I
it was
did,
sort of related to
did.
that. I did.
Oh, okay, go.
I've always wanted to do it.
Didn't you bring us to the Rudder Museum or whatever? Remember you?
Oh yeah, the Mutter Museum.
What was it called again?
Where is it?
Mutter. Yeah, that
Mutter?
was. Yeah.
Where's it located?
In Philly.
It was downtown in Philly. Yeah, it was like all the. It's like Ripley's Believe It or Not with all the oddities and weird.
It's
kind
like
of
people with fucking bullet holes
like-
in their brains.
The deformed.
Yeah, it's very.
How was it like a big museum or?
Nah, it's like a 10-minute thing.
Smallish, but it's still really cool. Like every single piece is like some weird historic, like almost like obscene. Like for one, do you remember the colon?
No.
That was like the size of a
huge.
sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Sorry.
It was a human colon that they had preserved.
There was
somehow.
like a fucking
It
giant
looked
skeleton.
like there were kids stuffed in it or something.
Actually,
It was just like
That is weird because I went like thrifting the other day in the Philly city. I was going through
Find a
thrift
colon?
stores. They're all normal. I was like, yeah, this bullshit junk I don't want. And then I went into one of them and it was just normal. And then in the back room they had like jars with heads like Futurama in them and shit, and like fucking fetuses that are attached to each other.
Ooh.
what?
I'm like, yeah, and like little pig heads and stuff. I was like,
There was a kid in the Mutter Museum who is like a corpse of a kid whose muscles turned to stone.
Oh, I heard about this disease. It's like when you get
What?
a bruise or something, right?
Yeah.
When you get a bruise, it turns to rock.
did you
Like
hear about that?
calcifies?
Did you hear about that
Not
kid?
literal rock.
Did you hear about that kid who died in the 1920s? I think she was 5, and her dad was so devastated he wanted her to be preserved forever, so she's still preserved, but her eyes still open.
Yes, I've heard about that. Isn't it like South America?
I don't know, but at one point at every day, her eyes open and then close again.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's
It's
creepy.
probably some guy taking a stick and fucking eating him.
No, I think it's like something to do with like her muscles are still
Wakey,
intact. so
wakey.
they're, like,
There's no way her muscles are
I've heard a lot
toddler
of
inside and he
I've heard a
opens
lot
it
of
with
different
his fingers.
stories about like corpses being like super preserved or something.
Would you guys ever get frozen cryogenically?
You would, Zach.
No.
Me and Zach talked about this.
This thing,
burn
here's
me
the
up, throw me
problem.
away.
Cryonics, right? People actually get frozen. This is a real thing. But the way they do it is like, basically, you sign up for this thing when you die of like cancer. There's a couple problems. The biggest problem is first, if you're in a different state, like there's only a couple facilities in the U.S. So if I died here in Pennsylvania, they'd have to come out. I'd be dead for like a day or two before they can actually do it. But what they do is like, if you live in the area, say you live right next to the place. I watched a documentary. This lady died. They pulled her over immediately, iced her body down, started pumping her chest again to keep her blood flowing. Mm-hmm. Started giving her chemicals so she could be
so she
preserved.
doesn't get rigor mortis.
So she doesn't actually start rotting. So her
Yeah.
brain doesn't die basically.
Whoa.
But it's dead, but it's not dying.
Yeah.
And then they do that, put her in ice, get her body really low, take her blood out, then put some kind of basically
Formaldehyde.
antifreeze into it, her bloodstream.
Yeah, so
Because
that's going to help. That's a,
no, because the biggest issue is if you get frozen like a lake or whatever.
Yeah.
The biggest issue, you can survive for a little bit, not frozen, but like if you fall in cold water. But the biggest issue is if you get frozen, ice crystals form in between your cells and they expand.
Oh.
So even if you froze and woke up, you'd be fucking like mush, you'd be liquid.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But I'm saying the biggest issue is they die and they freeze you, and the freezing process keeps you completely alive. Like it keeps you preserved.